I'm Jenna Say What, and I'm going to redo these crappy old Aquaman Bracers. So, I'm going to show you guys how I'm doing this because I haven't done a video in a while, and I decided that my Aquaman Bracers, I've outgrown them. They are losing a lot of the paint, so you have a lot of that going on. They're just flimsy craft foam. Some of it's broken off. They're just not what I want anymore. So I currently got this one done, which hopefully you guys can see the detail on that. What you will need to make this bracer is you will need craft foam, and you will need to measure your arm, measure it here and measure it here, and then kind of taper it out so it makes this shape. Don't make a straight barrel because it won't fit your arm and it won't line up. It's not going to be pretty. You will need a slightly thicker craft foam if you want detail. If you just want to make a plain old flat bracer, which is totally understandable, especially if you're using Worbla and you're on a budget and you want to interchange things, so much easier just to make it plain. It'll still do the job and you won't have to worry about, using a ton of Worbla. You'll use a slightly thicker craft foam. To get all these, this is what it looks like. To get all these little mini details, I use the same craft foam as that, and then just use the really thick stuff for this. You will need some Worbla. I think the small sheet should do you justice. I don't know, I got the jumbo and just went in big. You will need either Collage Page if you want to get rid of the grittiness. It's very organic seeming, so it's going to be kind of rough. If you want a flat surface, you will need to either Collage Page it or Plasti Dip. Aaron, that's the answer, is Plasti Dip will make it smooth. That way it will not have the more rough texture that Worbla has. You will also need either, you can do a hole punch, which will probably end up being what I'm going to use because it makes me nervous to use elastic because I feel like the Worbla will break it off, but I use some Worbla on the inside and we'll see. I'll test run it this weekend and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I don't know yet. I'm showing you guys how I'm doing this as I'm doing it. But so far it seems pretty sturdy in there. I know people do it and it makes me nervous, so worst case scenario, hole punch that puppy and lace it up like a, regular bracer would in the olden days. And you will also need your trusty handy dandy heat gun. So you will make your whatever, and you will take a piece of Worbla that is slightly bigger than what you're working with, just so it goes around. So if you do use this elastic, if you use the elastic, you can use the Worbla to hold on to the Worbla to hold on to that. Or so I'm reading. Also, if you have fine detail and you need to push that Worbla down, I just bought a bunch of clay wooden little tools. I think I got them really on probably like $5 or something like that from Michael's, and used a coupon. Woo, coupon. So here we go. So hopefully you guys can see all this. So what you're gonna do is take your heat gun, your Worbla, and heat the crap out of it. Try not to overheat it, it's gonna bubble, but make sure you heat it up on both sides. Put the smooth side down onto your template. And I will do that now. You guys don't have to stick around for this one. Alright. So now that I got that all flimsy, I'm going to throw that on cool mode. I'm just going to lay that on top to where it overlaps. And this, if you are doing a lot of fine detail on it, more so than what I did, you will be sitting here for a while poking at this with one of these tools. So just be prepared for that. This is the most tedious part, so I'll show you guys a little bit of how I'm doing this. Right now I'm just kind of pushing it down a little bit to where it's getting that basic shape. So you're kind of getting that. And now for all the little mini pieces. That heat gun will shut off any minute, I promise. You will probably have to heat gun this again, depending on how fine detailed you've made this piece. Just so you know. I have to flatten it out a little bit because there we go, it went off. Because I messed up on a piece of Worbla and it reattached it, because that is the wonders of Worbla. And the closer I got to the other pieces, how I laid 3 big strips, I put this one down so it gave me a little anchor point so it didn't just pull at it, because Worbla is very stretchy and you can pull it apart whenever it's warm. This way you kind of have a little bit of a sturdy base on the other side, so it's not just pulling up. And I can tell it's starting to cool down, so in a little bit I will have to reheat gun this. You guys get the idea of that. Just keep on pushing, keep on pressing until you get those details out in the open. And then once that's done, then you can proceed to the next step, which I will use the magic of editing and show you guys next. Okay, so next thing I'm going to be doing is folding. And I didn't leave a lot of room right there, so I'm going to have to probably add some of this Worbla onto it. But as you can see, I got all of that filled in. I'm just going to heat gun the edges and fold the edges in. You will want some extra edges on this side or on the sides if you want to use the elastic, or if you have another method that you want to try out or use. Just make sure that you have some extra on there. I kind of messed up and didn't have enough on that side, which I will probably pay for later. And this part's boring, but that's what you're going to do, is just fold in those edges. Alright, what you will want to do next after you've folded the Worbla flat onto the back of the piece, I went ahead and cut out, because I'm going to have the heat gun going anyways, I cut out a couple of little pieces that will attach to that. Attach to the elastic, just like that. And I'm just going to put that to the side right now, because I'm going to be taking the Worbla, heating it up, and molding it to my right arm, because I already did that one for the left. Make sure you don't get this too hot, because you do not want to put that on bare skin like I'm about ready to do. And voila! Hopefully you guys can see that. Nope. You guys can't see that because the camera fell. Alright. So there you go. There is that. And because that's very loose on my arm, which is saying something because my arm is the tiniest thing in the world. I'm going to be taking the Worbla, heating this back up, and putting it on the inside of that. You will need to put this in first. Hopefully, yeah, you guys can see that. Putting that in first, and then taking this little piece of Worbla and laying it on top of it, smushing it as much as you can, basically trying to make those two pieces become one. When two become one. That was really, really sad. I just aged myself on that one. So, Worbla Heat Gun, let's do this. Ta-da! Okay, so I let that cool off, so that should be in there pretty tight. Since, again, I have tiny, tiny arms, I have to pull the bracer pretty tight to make sure that it'll actually stay on and won't move around. So now I will pull that kind of tight, and then heat gun this again because it's cooled off as well, and stick that on. I doubt that you guys will be able to see that, but basically just make sure that the Worbla touches the Worbla and goes around your elastic if you're using elastic. Alright guys, so there we go. There's my bracers. Ta-da! Now what you will need to do is either, if you don't want this texture to it, because the Worbla does have some grainy texture, if you want to keep it, I'm getting bit, oh my gosh, if you don't want to have the grainy texture, you will need to either use Collage Page, just paint it on, let it dry, or you will use the Plasti Dip. I'm opting for Plasti Dip because I think it's quicker than sitting there painting, and I have to have these done by Sunday. Today is Wednesday. So I'm just going to take my plastic baggie and rip it open so I have a nice big workspace. There we go. I'm going to take these bad boys off. And I'm going to spray them. Hopefully my Plasti Dip isn't sealed up. There we go. And I need to let that dry, and then I'm going to do the other one. Make sure to do this in a ventilated area. You do not want to kill yourself. Alright, so hopefully you guys can see this because it's getting dark, but all that is dry now, so I'm going to go ahead and use my gold spray paint in 18 karat gold. Alright, so this is like a super quick tutorial to do these, but then there you have it, my gold Aquaman Bracers. Alright, so this was a quick tutorial on how to do my new Aquaman Bracers. They're a lot more sturdy than these little flimsy things. Worth the time, worth the extra energy to putting the Worbla on these and whatnot. I'm not going to do this in front of you guys because you guys can check out my other tutorial on how to make a plastic sword look more realistic. I can try to link that into the video somewhere here. But hopefully this helped you guys. The biggest thing, the biggest flaw with my last bracers is they're really, I mean, they were good for a couple of cons, but I mean, I've only worn these like a couple of times and for one photo shoot, and getting in and out of these things are a pain in the butt. And then to top it off, they don't seem they seem very like subpar compared to something that you'd make like this. And it took me about the same time, to be honest, because I had to use the 3D paint for this. Hopefully you guys can see that, but it didn't come out exactly how I hoped. 3D paint took forever, drawing took forever. This was actually pretty impressive. It was quick. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Hopefully this helps you guys in doing some bracers and whatnot waves. So again, I'm saying so a lot. Again, I hope that this helped you out. If you have questions, comments, concerns, definitely go below and chit chat with me. I'm always quick to respond, especially on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I always respond as quickly as possible, so if you have any questions about what I did today, definitely hit me up. And I've had some people email me at bookjsw@gmail.com, and I'm always quick to email you back as well. So if you have any questions, I am very easily accessible, and I am more than willing to help you guys. So again, hopefully this helped, and I will check you guys next time. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. Catch you guys next time. Bye.